Hey everybody, I'm glad you can join me. Today we're going to talk about the 2017 Suzuki GSX-R1000R. I got something really special for you today. We're going to install a stunt clutch lever, also known as an easy pull clutch lever. Now the reason why these are installed on motorcycles is because, well, a lot of guys like to do stunts. Me personally, I use it because I like to do clutch up wheelies, and it makes it really easy to pull that clutch with one finger. But one of the big challenges we have with these clutch levers is we're not able to keep our clutch switch. Now in the 2017 Suzuki GSX-R1000R, we need to keep the clutch switch because there's launch control, there's track control, and that clutch switch is really important to keep so the computer knows what's going on. So stick with me because I'm going to show you how to actually keep the clutch switch even with a stunt clutch lever that's coming up right now. Now you'll notice right here I'm underneath the clutch handle on the clutch side of the motorcycle. And right here, this is the wiring harness that goes to what we call the clutch switch. Now the lighting here isn't that great, but I'm going to pull back the clutch. And you're going to notice right there, right in the middle, there's a little button. See that little button is extending out? It's a black button, elongated button, right? It's right in there. So watch when I pull back this clutch lever. What you're going to notice is a black little long extended tube looking thing. That's called the clutch switch. Here we go. See it right there? So as we open up the clutch or pull the clutch handle in, which is disengaging the clutch switch, right, is being maneuvered. So this tells the motorcycle, the ECU and the computer, that the clutch is actually being pulled in by the rider. Now as you let the clutch out and engage the clutch and the motorcycle starts moving, of course the clutch switch is all the way in. That's very, very useful, and it actually is needed on the 2017 Suzuki GSX-R1000R. We can't just disconnect it. So a lot of the stunt clutches, they'll tell you, oh, just go ahead and just tie some of these wires together. No, we can't do that on this bike. Okay. This bike, we need to keep the clutch lever switch working properly. What you're also going to notice is that this little piece is actually attached, right? It's part of the clutch lever, and it's what pushes in the clutch switch button. So we have to weld on that piece on the stunt clutch. We're going to have to figure out how to do that, okay? Okay, so now you'll notice that there's two wiring harnesses right here, okay, that go into that clutch switch and feed back to the computer, of course. These on this bike, the 2017 Suzuki GSX-R1000R, they're very easy to take off. All you got to do is just gently grab them and pull them out. That's it, they come right off. Okay, and the other one, same thing. That's how easy that is. Okay. And you'll notice, of course, that there's two metallic tabs here, so they just slide back on later, okay? Very, very simple. Just gently pull them off. That's all you gotta do. Okay, so at this point I'm just gonna stick the wrench in there, and we're gonna work it counterclockwise to take the bolt out for the end of this grip. I've already loosened a little bit just for the sake of the video, so now I'm just gonna keep working it. Now you can see that the grip is off, and there's a little bit of grip glue, looks like, that Suzuki put on here. Okay, so what I do is I use a little shorty screwdriver. We're going to take this out now. I already got one of them out. Took it out from this side over here. Okay. So now I'm going to do the other side over here. You'll notice this is kind of loose already. I haven't opened this up yet, so I'm going to be really careful when I take the last screw out because I'm not really sure what I'm going to get with the wiring harnesses inside, okay? What I'll do is try to hold the two top and bottom pieces together while I unscrew the last one. Okay, it's moving around a little bit, so that means we're almost done here. Okay, the screw's out. There it is. Okay, there we go. They're separated nice and gentle. I'm just going to put it in the front of the bike up here and let it sit there. Now we can unscrew the clutch lever and slide it off of there. There it is. And it's basically two pieces. The wiring comes in the bottom, So I'm going to be really gentle with it. And I'm just going to set it, like I said, set it aside over here. So you can see the clutch switch right there. Clutch button, clutch switch, right? The clutch, back of the clutch pushes on it and releases it depending on what you're doing with the clutch handle, clutch lever. And this little screw mounts it to the perch. So if we're going to make this work with the stunt clutch, we have to drill and tap the stunt clutch perch. So we'll see if that's all possible. There may not be enough room on that stunt clutch perch, but we'll see if we can make it happen. Okay, so just want to show you the back side there. You can see here, this is the plunger that I just flipped on its side. And you can see it's just a little contact piece of metal. It has a little spring to the left. It actually pushes up and down. It fits inside this little pocket here and pushes against that spring. Okay, and the spring, of course, pushes the plunger out when the clutch is fully pulled in, and when you release the clutch, it pushes the plunger in and pushes up against the spring. Okay, and there's the two contacts to that wire harness that we disconnected earlier right there. Okay, you'll notice that I have a piece of aluminum that I've cut out with a grinder or the cut off wheel, and I shaped it a little bit. And here's the other part of the clutch lever, right? This is the handle part. Okay, it obviously went in there. I just took the bolt out, right? Because we're going to weld on this, attempt to weld these two pieces together, and we don't want this piece flopping around. I haven't welded on this piece here. There's going to be a weld right here, and it'll just push in the button. So the aluminum piece is now welded on. So you can see the welds. I just filed down. Had to do some filing here to get the weld smoothed out, but look at that. The stunt clutch is nice and flat. The two surfaces are meeting beautifully right there. Okay, so once I get done welding onto here, there'll be a raised boss right there, and it'll just, when the clutch comes in, it'll push in the button. Here we have compound manual vices holding a small piece of aluminum against one part of the clutch lever, the easy pull clutch lever, the stunt clutch lever. And let me see if I can get a little pointer in here. This little piece of aluminum right here, I'm going to attempt to weld onto part of the stunt clutch lever. You can see the pivot hole, right? This, you can see the stunt clutch lever handle down here, right? Just trying to tack on that little piece of aluminum right there. And that would actually be the piece of aluminum that would push in the clutch switch button. So I'm sure you can hear the TIG welder making a bunch of noise in the background. I managed to get a little tack weld on the back side underneath here. So I haven't touched this side yet. So now I'm going to weld along this joint right here. This is the underside of the easy pull clutch lever or stunt clutch lever. And we're going to just come across here, make one pass right here. So far we've got the clutch switch plate mounted, welded to the perch. I think this is called a perch, remember right? Solid mount. It's not going anywhere. Over here we welded on a piece of aluminum. Just wire tied back the clutch lever and installed the clutch switch on the bottom. Okay, so now we're just going to take some light sandpaper, some kind of fine grit sandpaper, and just lightly scuff over this left clip on here to get off the old glue. Okay, so we've got the stunt clutch or easy clutch lever installed. The right amount of play looks good here. Just a little bit of play right there we want. When things heat up, that clutch might get pulled in a little bit, so that's the kind of play we want. Okay. Super glued, bolted. There's a bolt in the back side, as I already mentioned, on the clutch switch, and super glued it. But I also put a wire tie around the aluminum flat bar that I welded on the bottom of this, just to be extra safe, to make sure that clutch switch isn't going anywhere. Okay. And then I went ahead and scuffed this up pretty good, got all of the little bit of glue that was on there. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the left handlebar switch back on. Okay, at this point I've got the left handlebar switch put back on. I made a final adjustment with the stunt clutch lever, moved it over just a little bit this way, so it's a little bit further out away from the switch. Okay, so now I got a 1 finger pull, right? It's a little bit of play up there, and we'll see how that works out. So far it looks like it's pretty good. Okay, you see you have the 2 electric connections back onto the clutch switch. Next is just simply I scuffed up this like I said I would. Looks pretty clean. Wiped it down. Okay, about to install a new left side or clutch side grip. Just got this in from Suzuki. Yeah, I could have bought aftermarket cool looking one, but whatever, we'll keep with the Suzuki product for now. It's pretty cheap. Seems to be working okay with me. We're going to spray a little. There's a lot of different ways you can put these on there. Some people use hairspray. There's actual motorcycle grip glue you can buy specifically, and a lot of people are using super glue, so I'm just going to stick a little super glue in there, squish it around, and get it on there in the first 30 seconds so it doesn't set on me, right? Right, so now we have the left clip-on or left handlebar grip put back on. Pretty simple. Put some super glue down in the middle of it around, squeeze it together a bunch of times, get it on there in the first 15-20 seconds. You're usually good to go. Okay, last thing we're going to do is put on the end cap. Okay, there it is. Stunt clutch easy pull lever installed, grip back on, end cap back on, the left control module's back on there, working all good. Next thing to do is take the bike for a little test run, make sure everything's doing all right. It's looking good. Well, there you have it, guys. That's how you install the clutch switch on an easy pull or stunt clutch lever for the 2017 Suzuki GSX-R1000R. Takes a little bit of TIG welding, definitely takes some ingenuity and a little bit of hard work, but we got the job done. I'm about to take the bike out for a test ride right now and try everything out. Listen, guys, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and click that button right down below, and we'll see you again here real soon next time.